The initiative Black Voices Change Lives from the NAACP comes after a drop in black voter turnout in Ohio in 2016 compared to the previous presidential election in 2012. With 50 days until Election Day, the Ohio Conference NAACP president Tom Roberts has a message.
There should be no excuse for African Americans in Ohio, in Montgomery County, and throughout the 88 states or 88 counties in Ohio for them not to exercise that right to vote.
Did you vote in the 2012 election?
Yes.
Did you vote in the 2016 election?
Yes.
Are you going to vote in this election?
Yep.
How come?
Because it's too much going on, and if we don't vote, nothing will never change.
Desiree Love understands her vote's importance in every election. Now the NAACP is using its Black Voices Change Lives campaign to reach those who do not.
It's a constant vigilance towards helping voters understand their right to vote, understanding the issues they are confronted with, and then encourage them and helping them make their way to the voting box.
This month, the organization expanded its push into Ohio. It recruits high-frequency black voters to encourage low-frequency black voters to cast their ballots. Roberts said it starts with calls and text messages, then helping people with early voting, and on Election Day, getting people to the polls.
Using a sports analogy, full court press.
The Ohio Secretary of State's office told me it does not track voter turnout by race. Neither do county boards of elections. But the U.S. Census Bureau does.
Those are reported numbers, which are based on surveys.
However, Dr. Mark Caleb Smith, the director of the Center for Political Studies for Cedarville University, said because the data is self-reported, it is a little inflated.
It's probably your best estimate of what people say they did.
The numbers show for the 2016 election, 65.2% of black citizens voted. That's a 6.5% drop from 2012.
It could be in part that Barack Obama was on the ticket in 2008 and 2012, and that created some inspirational effect for African American voters. Could also be that his campaign just did a better job reaching out to them, notifying them and getting them ready to vote.
And that is exactly what the NAACP is trying to do for this election. Roberts said the organization is a 501c3 and therefore not legally allowed to be partisan. So while it is not campaigning against President Trump, Roberts said the NAACP is promoting a negative message about him.
The message is the time has come. There's a tipping point where African Americans in Ohio and in America need to exercise that right to vote.
An idea that resonates with voters I spoke with Monday.
It's really hard to be a confident black man in America, just because of racism or the color of my skin, or just because other people think I'm gonna be this type of way. We need to stand up for ourselves and be heard. Let us know that we are here. This is our home too. We want to be treated fairly.
Because I know a lot of people don't vote because they do feel like it will never matter, but if you don't, then how can you know?
Roberts expects black voter turnout for November's election to be higher than ever, something we won't have a true idea of until well after polls close. In Dayton, Molly Coick, News Center 7.